Good evening, everyone. Absolutely a fantastic evening on this absolutely beautiful day. Big John here, NHPUK TV live. Don't forget, I'm still after donations, my PayPal's there, and my bank account details. Anyway, what's it like working for Oldham Council? Well, I'm a working class lad. I've worked around the town all my life. I've worked in the mills. I've worked on production. I've been a team leader, supervisor. I trained in health and safety. I had junior management training. So, I've got a bit of an idea how it is to work a workplace.
Yeah.
But Oldham Council, Oldham Council. So Oldham Council just had a report done about working there and the staff. Let's read through it. Damning results from an Oldham Council staff survey show that half of its employees would not recommend the organisation as a place of work. An internal survey conducted by the consultancy firm MEL Research in December has revealed that a shocking 50% of staff would not recommend the organisation as a great place to work. A sharp drop from 63% in 2016.
Oh, dear.
A report by MEL Research seen by Oldham Times, which details the survey's finding, notes that since the last full staff survey in 2016, a new leader has been elected and a new chief executive appointed.
Oh.
While the coronavirus pandemic has seen new ways of working rolled out across the workforce. Almost half of council employees are currently dividing their time between working from home and the office, while a fifth remain at home. The survey has uncovered a growing tide of discontent amongst council workers, with only 54% reporting that they are proud to tell others they work for the local authority, a drop of 73% since 2016. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that working for Oldham Council has been bad for at least 20 years. Remember, this is a council that is politically correct. This is a council that divides our communities with racial tensions and all that. We've suffered riots. We had people who warned the council what was coming. They still did nothing. And I'm going to say again, obviously, well, I won't say yet, but I'll come to that in a minute. In a further indication of rippling dissatisfaction amongst employees, just 57% of workers reported feeling a strong attachment to the council, with just 50% feeling the organisation inspires them to do the best in their job.
Wow.
Meanwhile, 40% of staff do not feel their pay reflects their level of responsibility, and 38% do not think their pay is reasonable in comparison to those with similar job roles in other organisations. Well, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that 14 people who are connected to Oldham Council earn over £100,000 a year, and a couple of them earn more than the Prime Minister. And nearly every Asian councillor has got MBE or OBE, the side of his name. 1 in 10 colleagues reported experiencing discrimination at work in the last year, with 45% reporting they were not satisfied with the outcome of their discrimination, bullying or harassment case. And we've seen what's happened with the child sexual exploitation review. There's a councillor and at least 2 policemen involved, and they're not giving out the names. So don't think that Muslim men treat women correctly in the council. No, they won't. If they're a manager, they're going to treat the people under them shit. But anyway, all this points to bad management, all these things. Points to bad management. If you have a good management team, you deal with these discrimination and harassment cases, you deal with them firmly, but they're obviously not being dealt with. And I'll just give an example. This is just an example. It's not a true case, just an example. A female colleague has been, something's been said to her inappropriately. Muslim men aren't going to say anything against that. They're not going to do anything. Who were in the council, they're not going to back her.
Yeah.
They just don't work like that. People just need to get on it that they don't work like that. Women are second class to many Muslims in the UK. They're second class, and I think a lot of people will agree with me there. But it goes down to say a lot. I mean, these are the people. This is a council that's just run itself into poverty. I want to quickly go to another article that I've seen. And I mean, a fifth of Oldham's top paid managers don't live in the borough.
Yeah.
Sorry, just a fifth of Oldham Council top paid managers live in the borough. A fifth. So there's 4/5 who don't even live in the borough, the managers. You know what I mean? So how are they going to know what it's like in Oldham? You know, if they don't live here and stuff like that. I think
Yeah.
Harry Catterall is the new chief executive, and he's on over 100 grand. Also, I mean, Coldus is in the news. Calls for intervention rise as Coldus families plunge deeper into poverty. So Coldus is one of the top 10 poverty areas of the United Kingdom, only topped by Tower Hamlets and Hackney. Them are the only ones higher than Coldus. It's run by misogynistic men where women don't do nothing. They even get funded for they get funded, and there's an house where it empowers women to work, but it's just never going to work in Coldus because the men don't want the women to work. But you'll never hear this off a council member. You'll never hear this off any of the councillors in our council, but you will hear it off Big John. You will hear it off Big John. And Councillor Abdul Jabbar, MBE. So this is a guy who gets an MBE for 26 years standing in his ward, running it into poverty. These are the kind of people who lead Oldham. These are the councillors. And obviously, the top managers in the council aren't good enough if all that is going on underneath them.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. And I know people who have worked and worked for the council, and they don't like it either. They don't like it. I mean, you know, Oldham used to have money because we used to have our own courts, Crown Court and Magistrate. Don't have any of that now because there's no money. It's all been sponged away in the pockets of these guys. MBE for running his ward 26 years into poverty, making it the worst poverty ward in the United Kingdom. And I think Coldus used to be a fairly well-off ward in Oldham before immigration hit it, before the Bangladeshis came. It used to be a quite a well-off ward. They just run it down into poverty. 26 years, he gets an MBE and he's run his town. These are the people, the likes of people running our council. These people aren't objective. They're not objective. The only objective thing these guys have is thinking about themselves. They don't think about the wider area of Oldham. There's none of that in them. They just think about themselves and their own community. They're not bothered about everyone else. It's a bit decisive, that. I mean, different communities need to come together, or different areas need to come together to be stronger. But, you know, this is singled out, and I stand by every single thing I say about the Coldus ward. Anyone disagrees, I lived in it for 30 years, so don't tell me what the ward is about. So bad management is leading to people not happy working in the council. And I've been told this loads of times. I really have been told it loads of times. Sue's in the chats. Good evening, Mark. Yes, Peter Smith. Hiya, Claire. So yeah, we've just got a load of cranky crap managers in Oldham. The senior guys in Oldham are sucking up 100 grand a year wages. We've just given all the councillors a pay rise. Yeah, Oldham's not getting any better. Oldham just keeps sliding down that slope into poverty. So why should they be getting pay rise? Why should all these people have OBEs, MBEs, FBEs, whatever? And it's just really annoying. And obviously, they won't tell the truth. They won't tell the truth about Coldus being a biggest misogynistic area in Oldham, where women are lesser than and they just have to stay in the house and all this. Is what Coldus is like. Yeah, Abdul Jabbar cries for poverty and my area's poor. Well, get the women out working then. Let them go out working. Probably won't be able to because probably none of them will be able to speak English properly or have any kind of social skills to work. This is segregation. This is all to do with integrating and segregation. Mark Williams, yes, honestly. Well, we've got evidence going back 50 years that Oldham has just been going downhill since immigration started, since but certainly Islamic immigration coming to Oldham. And I mean, well, that's then and this, that, and the other. The same thing's happening now with the Eastern European community that came to Oldham. They've been segregated, put in one area. People don't like them. They're robbing everything. There's a divide coming. The same old, but Oldham will never learn. Anyway, I just want to go that we're on our first official National Housing Party UK meeting, the 11th of July, Central London, which is a Monday, 7 p.m. If you are in London, you want to come to the meet, you'll have to get in contact with me, and then I'll get you in contact with Pat. Obviously, we want. If we don't know you and you've got no social media presence or anything, you're not coming to our meeting. But obviously, you might be known if you're on Facebook, and we'll have to do a little bit of checks. But we're all right. We think most of the people will know anyway. But this will be the 11th of July, Monday, 7 p.m. The 11th of July. Get in contact with me on Facebook or email me, and I'll pass you on Pat's number for more details. But this is the first National Housing Party UK party meeting. There's be me speaking, there'll be Patrick McGinnis speaking, and then we've got Steve Laws as guest speaker as well. Steve Laws as guest speaker. So that'll be in London, Monday the 11th of July. Like I said, email us.
Well.
Thank you, Mum. Just chatting with me mates.
Yeah.
So email us or get in contact with us. Big Johnny here, NHPUK TV, Thursday night live, talking about working for Oldham Council and how bad it is. Discrimination, harassment, all sorts of kinds of things go on in Oldham Council. But do we have the right people there? No, we don't. If some of them managers are Asian, unfortunately, they'll be misogynistic. They won't have good social skills, and obviously, most people these days will abuse white people for whatever reason, white or working class people. So I do feel sorry for them in the council. Obviously, a diversity push has done this as well. Oh, we need more Bangladeshis in the council. Let's get them in. You know, that's the diversity push is happening across the country.
Yeah.
And these people who are in the council, they haven't got the skills to run the council. They haven't got good managerial skills or anything like that. Otherwise, you won't get so bad write-ups like that. I'm not daft. I've worked in a lot of kind of situations, and I can see bad management and bad running of that council. And the report says it's just like past couple of years. No, it's been going on for years, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that people are too afraid to speak out unless they get branded with politically correct words. It's as simple as that can be. Also, as you know, the Oldham child sex exploitation review is out. People are happy. Maggie Oliver's not happy. The victims, the survivors are not happy. The ones who've talked to me, the two who I've not been directly in contact with, but I have been in contact. One I've been directly in contact, one secondhand. Neither of them are happy. And one of them, if you heard me show last week, she's been branded a criminal, a druggie, and a prostitute. And this is what they were doing in Rochdale. This is what they were saying to the kids in Telford. This is what they were saying to the kids in Rotherham. This is what they've said to the kids everywhere to do with child sexual exploitation. Now, don't think it's something recent. This isn't recent. It goes back as far as 2008. So it's over 10 years. And it's only just managed to come out. You know, a lot of people have spoke out about it. Not just me. A lot of people have spoke out about it. But I mean, one of the first public speaking out about it was Debbie Barrett Cole, who asked the question in the council chambers about a review into child sexual exploitation, where she got called barefaced lies by Sean Fielding, but it's not lies. There's at least one councillor and two policemen involved in this. Sorry, my hat's got a bit of white on it. I don't like that. There's at least a councillor and a couple of policemen involved in it. As we also all know today, the Rotherham, a report's come out in Rotherham where no police officer, no one's been held accountable, considering that there was 200 reports of 50 people against police officers in there was 200 odd complaints of around 50 people over so many police officers, and none of them have been charged or anything like that. So, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen. But on Monday, they're having a public meeting in Oldham.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Well,
evening, Roch. Yes, Lazar. Would I have rejected the pay rise? At least 2 or 3 councillors have rejected the pay rise, Lazar. The recent council pay rise, some of them have rejected it or wrote in that they do not want the pay rise. And I would probably be one of them kind of people, because why are we getting a pay rise when we've done shit? Why are we getting a pay rise when our town's going worse and worse into poverty? I mean, they get the pay rises because they're not bothered about anything else. All they want is the money or whatever.
Yeah.
And, you know, and being a councillor, it should be, you know, you can get paid, you do get paid, but to be a councillor, you should have drive, love, and everything for your town. Half the people who are in the council don't have any of that. They only want to stick in their little area. Even though I'll be a Hollingwood council, I'll be sticking up for the town. I'll be doing stuff across the town as well as my Hollingwood, but I'll be doing stuff across the town. I'm not just going to stay in my one area. And it's a bit of a thing that the Wakefield by-election is on. And if you live in that area, you're going to get votes. But you don't live in the area, it comes on the news. Oh, I don't even live here. A fifth of Oldham senior council members don't live in Oldham. You know what I mean? Honestly, But so the Wakefield by-election, we know there's a few people on it, and I want to just give a big shout out to Frankie Ruffalo
Yeah.
for Britain. I know Frankie. I've met him a few times, and he's running. He's running in the other by-election, which is down south, where the MP quit because he was watching porn or something like that.
Yeah.
I think this is. I'm not sure. I think this is Frankie's second election. Tiverton and Honiton. It is Tinniton and Honiton. So good luck, Frankie. Good luck to all the people in Wakefield running. I'm still a bit disappointed that Jada's spoiling ballots, but what can I say? We're not doing that. We're not telling people to spoil ballots. We're running in elections. By next year, two of us would have running 4 elections, and we think we're going to, and I'm confident we're going to get at least 1 seat. And it's just took a year. Now, it just took a year for me to get 1 seat. What could it do for someone else who wants to get into elections and wants to stand up and be counted as voting? I think one of the PCP girls is running as well in Wales, as Phil was saying last night. But yeah, working for a workplace, it's bad. The management's bad when you get all them things at the bottom. And I don't doubt that the management is bad in Oldham. It'll be full of people who work in the council will be afraid to say anything because of fear of being labelled racist. That's what a lot of this would stem from. So the white woman don't want to really say anything about the guy who keeps saying dirty comments to her because he might be a manager and he could be a Muslim, and she knows that the race thing will get brought into it. This is what people have been brainwashed in the UK and in Oldham, especially white people, brainwashed with that. Like, don't say anything because you're a racist if you do. So, if you rape a woman, if someone of colour rapes a woman, you are going to say something. But that's a climate of Oldham Council. Now, how do I know? I've just told you I've worked in several different kinds of working environments. I've been a supervisor, I've been a team leader. Anybody with any sense who's worked in a company will know that them things that I said are through bad management in the council. But it doesn't say anything like that in the report. It doesn't say nothing. But that's what it'll be. That's what it'll be. And I'm really confident that I'm saying the right things.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Liberal Democrat leader Councillor Howard Sykes reportedly asked for the results of the survey to be published for months before discovering the data had been quietly published on the council intranet. The council are like that. They put things out quietly. They'll never do a post over it. They won't do a post over anything bad. It's only got to be posts looking at good things. Now, what you'll get with me, you get an honest report. If I've made a mistake, I'll tell you. And I will do a post. And I have done in the past, and I'm always thinking, if we're doing bad, I'm going to take advice or whatever to try and sort it out. But I won't be hiding things. I won't be hiding things. As you see, I'm a real person with a real name. I've no need to hide anything. And if something does happen, I'm not going to hide it. It's just going to come out like everything else. Because that hiding things and hiding information from members of the public and the working class is the worst thing you can do in the United Kingdom, as we've seen over the years, and that people voting differently, going against the government, because government are the worst people for it. But the results lift the lid on Labour's civic centre culture of complacency, and the administration now has a mountain to climb to reverse them. It's not complacency, it's probably things like fear of being branded racist and things like that would be in it now. And I mean, Not saying everyone in the council, but you know, only takes a couple of crap managers to get all that. In response to the survey, Deputy Chief Executive of Oldham Council, Saeed Osman, said Oldham Council staff have worked incredibly hard through the pandemic, with our colleagues working under pressure to deliver consistent frontline services for all our residents amid staff shortage and worrying health headlines. I don't know Saeed Osman. I don't know him. Don't know where he comes from. Don't know if he's Pakistani, Bangladeshi. I've never heard his name before now. Deputy Chief Executive. So he's probably on about 80 to 100 grand a year. And, you know, I mean, it's all about integration. These people don't integrate. They don't. There was no Pakistani mayor at the at Pride Month set out in Oldham. I didn't see any Pakistanis or Muslims at the Ukraine vigil they had at a church and stuff like that. They only bothered about their communities. And this is a speech that I will be making to Oldham Council. No one can say anything because we've got all the evidence. It's just that people are afraid of being branded. They can brand me whatever they want, but I will be telling the truth, telling you facts and everything about what the council's like, the climate in the council, the political correctness, a lack of integration and stuff like that in the council. I mean, Great Britain, we're always getting told, Great Britain, multicultural, Great Britain. You know what I mean? They put the Pakistani flag up over at council chambers. What's Britain about that? Something has to be done about that. Just disgraceful, honestly. I can't say enough nastiness about the council and how it's gone downhill over the years. I can't. And you know, there'll be a lot of people agreeing with me. So yeah, the 27th on Monday the 27th, 6 p.m. there's a full council meeting. You know it's important because at least one councillor is not going on holiday or is on holiday and is flying back for that council meeting. So it should be a full council meeting. People should be there. They are asking if members of the public want to ask questions. And I think there's some questions going in about child sexual exploitation review, but the rest, people are going to gather in Oldham, Parliament Square from 4 p.m. and then we're off marching to the Civic Centre. But I'll be at the Civic Centre, me, from about 5 o'clock. And I'll probably start a stream up. So that'll be Monday. So if you're in Oldham, you want to come up, 4 p.m, meeting around the town centre, headed to the Civic Centre. So that'll be Monday the 27th. Monday the 27th. People are starting to arrive in the town centre at 4 p.m. The meeting starts at 6. I want to try and be outside the council, outside the Civic Centre, live streaming at 5 p.m. Maybe I might be able to get to chat to some of the councillors as they're going in and ask them what did they think about the child sexual exploitation review, because they've had the review for a week. I'm still going through the review, taking notes, matching up with some other information I have. I'm researching stuff from the past and stuff like that, but I'll do a more extensive video on the child sexual exploitation review. Because as I told you a couple of weeks ago, there's links to the Rochdale grooming gangs on that report, and we know that Big Daddy Shabir Ahmed worked for the council for so many years, and he was working for welfare services while he was under investigation for raping kids. Nobody's happy. Billy from PAG UK is not happy. Maggie Oliver's not happy. None of the victims are happy. And the general public in Oldham are pissed off as well. So Monday, 27th, from 4 p.m. onwards, people are meeting in Oldham headed down to the Civic Centre. There's loads of room down near the bus station and the Civic Centre for cars as well if you come in. Not sure if you have to pay for parking. Not sure. You might not have to. But there'll be a lot of space after 5 o'clock. So if you're in a car or anything, please come up to the Civic Centre in Oldham. Please come up. Yes, Lisa Leto. Thank you very much, darling. Thank you a lot, Lisa. Honestly, big respect, love. Evening, Pat. So this is Big Johnny, NHPUK TV Thursday. Just talking about working for Oldham Council, how bad it is. I told you about harassment and all stuff like that. Told you some of my opinions. We've got people in council who can't do the jobs. They probably can't even speak English properly. So they can't do the jobs. Maybe they can't communicate as good. Misogynistic as well. No one's telling me that men in Islamic or Muslim communities are not misogynistic. No one's telling me anything different, because that's what I believe. But yeah, I'll be around on Sunday. And on Sunday, we'll be talking a bit about gang crime. I'm going to say a little prayer, first of all, for all the kids who've been stabbed and killed this year and last year, and why they are never mentioned. They are never mentioned, all these kids. But we'll go through that on Sunday. Well, this is NHPUK TV for a Thursday night, talking about Oldham. Just want to show you my ward. Can't see it properly on here. So I'll just show you. It's my ward there. Wait for it. My finger is on it there. That is my ward. So it's red at the moment. That's going to be whatever colour they want to put me as eventually. But that's my ward there, all in wood. And I want to see that change colour. That's going to change colour, ladies and gentlemen. If I look at it very carefully, I can already see the changing colour in it. I don't know what colour it's going to, but the red's fading. The red's fading because we're going to get Labour out. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get Labour out. And hopefully within 3-4 years that will be all my National Housing Party candidates in that ward. I'm confident. I'm a rookie as well, and I'm that confident. But, you know, I didn't get brought up in England without any kind of skills. Both my mum and dad come from really working class backgrounds. My dad ended up being in the unions, working for British Vitafor. My mum was a sewing machinist all her life, so worked in the mill. So I've got that working class grain running through me, and that blood. So yeah, it's worked hard for me now. Obviously, I won't be able to get involved in a lot of other things. I'll be able to do videos. I noticed on the news today that 2 Nigerians been arrested for child trafficking to get rid of the kids' organs in the UK or outside of the UK. And it's something I have touched on before, but we're going to talk to somebody who's more knowledgeable on this child trafficking and organ harvesting. So we'll talk to somebody in the next few weeks. There's a woman I've already met a couple of times, and she has been badgering me to do a video with her, and I will. But we'll talk about that because it's just disgusting. And these have been caught, these people, but this child trafficking and organ removal has been going on years, and it's been overlooked through political correctness or because a minority community is doing it, and we don't want to upset we don't want to upset the status quo. But anyway, this is Big John, NHPUK TV. Bank details and PayPal are on the bottom. We're still raising money. We've got a website to raise for. I'm going to be needing, I've got a year campaign. I have to work hard on the campaign. I'm not just going to do a month or 2 months. I've been out every week, beginning of June and on other days. And I've got a year-long campaign. So I'm going to need at least 10,000 leaflets. I'm looking at getting 5,000 drawn up as soon as I can, but it's going to be a couple of £100 for the leaflets, so I need more money. I've got about £100 in the PayPal at the moment, but we still want a website, so we've got to raise money for that website as well. But hopefully we might get a bigger donation that will go towards the website donation. But remember that we're not standing around doing nothing. We're actually getting involved in local elections. Pat's on his second election in 2 months. I've never heard it in my life. Pat is on his second election in 2 months. But we haven't got the financial capability, so he's just a paper candidate. There's been no leaflets coming out. We think we might have an article in one of the local rags. But that's all, because we just haven't got the money. Obviously, we just started and we just haven't got the financial funds. But please share. And if you want to invest in someone who's doing something and not drinking, gambling, telling people to spoil the ballots, running around in big Jaguars, blagging people for money and not doing enough for it, like Britain First and stuff like that, vote for us. Normal working class lads. I haven't got an agenda. I haven't got any outside influence. Nobody from there's no outside influence from outside of the UK influencing me to do anything that I don't want to do. Obviously, I'm not politically correct, and that's greatly obvious. Also, a bit of a challenge out now. Any candidates want to come on my streams? Or you think if you're a candidate or a serving councillor in Oldham, come on my streams if you want to talk about something that I've talked about. Make sure, obviously, you email me. Make sure you've got your evidence if you think you've got evidence. Then we'll have a bit of a debate. But I'm going to push for this more. But if we don't get them to come on screen, then I'm going to get them outside the council offices. And then maybe when I'm a councillor, I can force on them to come on and debate and have streams and hustings and things like that all ongoing. What can I do for my community? Clean it up for a start. We've got problem with housing in Hollingwood, antisocial behaviour, environmental health. They told us all this already. Just off a small area that we've canvassed and knocked on doors, me and Pat. That's what people have told us about already. If you've got any more concerns down there, let me know. I've already been contacted about cases going back a couple of years that have happened in the area. I was fortunate to meet, there was a lad killed in Limeside in Hollingwood called Andre Moura, black Portuguese. There was no Black Lives Matter for him or anything, and he died in police custody. And there's a video where he's been kneed to the chest several times, or hit to the chest several times, and he died. But I've been really fortunate to meet his kids. And the lovely girls, lovely family. His missus was nice as well. And I've just been fortunate. But, you know, I'm not running away from these kind of things. I want to meet these people. I want to know how they feel. You know what I mean? I want to see what it's like from their eyes. I've done a lot of stuff around the Hollingwood area, and I do talk about violent crime a lot. Why should I talk about it? Because I was stabbed in Manchester in a violent crime attack, and we didn't do nothing wrong. So yeah, I will talk about it. I will tell you how one of our friends was 12 hours on the intensive to critical care list for 12 hours. I can tell you how he got stabbed in the liver, and if he'd gone any further, he would have died. All this got said in court, but the guys just got off with behavioural orders. But thank you for tuning in. Big John here, NHPUK UK TV Thursday night.
Oh.
I live in Oldham and no one knows knows who you are. Well, not no one. There's plenty of people who know me in Hollingwood, Lazar. Buckley sisters, they know me. McManaras all know me. I'm fairly known across the area. I lived on Lower Lime Road for a few years, and I've lived on White Bank Road, and I've worked in all the areas. Some of my mum's old friends live down there in the old Biddy area near the clinic. I'm not saying everybody knows me, but you know, I am known across there. People do know me, but I'm knocking. My leaflets have been out. I leafleted bar one street, I leafleted, or two streets, I leafleted every house in that ward. So, you know, but the leaflets will be coming through again. People will see me in the area. We've already been accosted in the pub several times when I'm with Pat. So obviously people do know who I am. But yeah, and I will be around there. If you see my leaflet and you've got anything to say, just phone me up, email me. And I mean, if you phone me up, give me your address or whatever, I can come down, talk to you a bit more personal level. I want to know what people are concerned about in the area. Like I said, we've been told about in the avenues. We went down the other weekend in the avenues, antisocial behaviour, environmental mental health. They were the biggest two issues that we got told in the avenues area the other week with Pat. But yeah, and you know, we want British. We don't want to be cancelled, and we don't want our history being rewritten. I bet a lot of people in Hollywood don't know how they are rewriting British history and changing it to something that's just not true. But I'll get into all that another time. But this is Big John, NHP UK TV, Thursday live. I'm off. Don't forget, 27th Monday in Oldham Town Centre, Hollingwood. Get down there. Oldham Town Centre, 27th Monday, 4 p.m. the meeting from in Oldham Town Centre. And I think they're headed over to the Civic Centre around 6. Public will be in, and I think there's people will be putting questions forward to the council about the child sexual exploitation review. Remember, they've allowed people to get taxi licenses when they've got convictions or they're under investigation. Big Daddy Shabir Ahmed, and I've said this for 3 years, mate. I've links for working with Oldham Council, and I said child services. It's welfare services. That's what they said, welfare services. They haven't given a bigger breakdown. They haven't said that he was a taxi driver for kids to and from school. You never said anything like that. That's not what the report says. It says welfare services, which is a bit of a cover-up. Welfare services encompasses a dozen different sections. So why haven't they narrowed it down to one of them sections? Because I think it's something to do with children, and it have children or kids in the name, and then that's what they did. So he was under investigation while working for Oldham Council. And, you know, it's just ridiculous. Maggie Oliver's everyone's gone mad over this. Everyone's gone mad. Will heads roll? I don't think they will, Dafford. I don't think they will. I really don't. What we do know is there's no accountability anywhere. There's never been the Rotherham review of the Rotherham report come out today. No one's been held to account. No councillor, no policeman, no senior manager. Nobody has been held to account, and it's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. But anyway, I'm signing off. NHP UK TV Thursday Night Live. Please don't forget to donate. PayPal and bank details are on the bottom there. If you want to email us, email john.lawrence at nationalhousingparty.uk. If you're down London, patrick.mcginnis at nationalhousingparty.uk. Thank you very much. Good night.